Nashville, known worldwide as a serious music city. We say, would it kill you to laugh a little?
Coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee, it's live from Little Hollywood.
This week's guest is Hannah Fairlight.
Sam, I can tell by the way the audience, they get too excited. I can tell by the way you're shaking you've never been this far before. Do you know
I have no words.
Do you know that's actually a lyric in a song?
It should be, and if it is, the artist is probably canceled.
Conway Twitty. I think he died. Is Conway Twitty alive? Nobody knows. Can you imagine if people didn't know if you're alive or dead?
You know, well, that's sort of how we kind of exist.
I feel like that on social media.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
And you just get a scroll.
Right.
You just get they slow the scroll for, oh yeah, boom.
Yeah.
And you're gone again. It's just rolling around, and you get the scroll slows down a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like every now and then I'll think about somebody random from high school, and I'll check in to see, like, hey, what are they up to? Are they alive or dead? And I feel like that's the only reciprocal.
Yeah.
Hey, is that Sam guy still around?
The internet's worth it just for that.
All right.
I follow Trainwreck people. Do you ever check in with your Trainwreck people? Thank God for the Trainwreck Facebook friends.
Yeah, honestly, like a week ago.
Always something.
I had to unfollow one because I felt like I was observing the train wreck too much.
But they don't know. That's the good thing.
It was, it's like, do you want to spend my whole life watching this person's train wreck? And sometimes the answer is kind of yeah.
Yeah. Well, that brings us to the fact that you're house band Sam. I am Scot Sax. This is live from Little Hollywood. And Gina had a family to-do emergency. So she unfortunately is not here, but she's where the people need her. And you're here, and that's okay. And I thought
it's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not great, not ideal, but I'm the best available.
It's as they said in one of those Mel Brooks films. He's like, it's nice. It's not thrilling, but nice.
Yeah. So.
No, I think you're thrilling, Sam. House band Sam is literally my neighbor, and we share some of the ongoings of life. That are going on, and one of them was I wanted to I have this Mazda RX-7 and that used to reign supreme.
What year?
84.
Nice.
And I bought it in 95.
Nice.
And it outran several Jettas. Remember the Jetta? You felt like you were the rich friend among your friends. Oh, I have a Jetta. Oh, they have a Golf. There was the Golf for the Jettas. You missed all this. Anyway, speaking of PTSD, Hannah Fairlight is here today. And even before you meet Hannah Fairlight, you experience Hannah Fairlight PTSD. You don't know what it is. You're like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm having some kind of reaction to something. It's because you haven't met her yet. You need to. And the truth is, I think Hannah Fairlight is really cool. She's kind of like, if I could come back as a woman, and I've thought about it many times because I just think they're really cool, I would either be like Hannah Fairlight. I'd actually would probably be like Sally Jaye, which would probably be the best case scenario for my personality type. But I would either want to be like Hannah Fairlight or the girl in Roxette. It must have been love, but it's over now. Love Roxette. You like Roxette. With the short hair. You know Roxette? You familiar?
No, but I know that song. I heard it many a times in a dentist chair.
Let me tell you about Roxette. Per Gessel wrote all those songs, and it was like, it wasn't like, corporate or anything like that. He was like a Swedish guy, Per Gessel, P-E-R, and he wrote those songs. And she actually died a few years ago. Did you know that? So sad, yeah. But I like those women that are like, they're like fit, and they have like the short blonde hair, like nothing. You just get up, you just get up, put on your like yoga pants, and you just go out. I love that idea. Yeah. I don't. Do you ever get up, put on yoga pants, and go out?
I have before, but not with the gusto of somebody that you were just describing.
If you were a woman, what kind of woman would you like to come back as?
I was thinking about this as you started. I was like, Scott's probably going to ask me this. Yeah. I really don't know. I haven't spent a lot of time thinking about.
All right, anything.
Yeah,
It's good. That's why you're a happy guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will be back. We'll be right back with Hannah Fairlight.
All right, we're going to welcome George McIntosh to the bookshop to read one of his favorite books, and he's one of our favorite authors.
All right. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you. Thank you. It's a privilege, pleasure to be here. Thank you. It's a real page turner, this one. Whew. I don't write them like that anymore. No, sorry.
Out loud?
Oh. I can't. I'm not. I can try now. Well, we are back.
We're back.
And we are back with Hannah Fairlight. Pretty great name.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I didn't pick it.
I like it. That's really your family's last name?
So Fairlight is my middle name.
You are by the way, you're a musician artist who just released an album, and you live in East Nashville, outskirts of East Nashville?
Inglewood, so east.
Inglewood.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now tell me about the last name.
So Fairlight was going to be my first name, and my mom wanted to name my older brother Forrest, and so we would have been Forrest and Fairlight.
Wow. So you grew up in like a Billie Eilish kind of family.
Yeah.
Pretty hip.
Yeah. Hip, and it was pretty far out for me. My
Yeah.
parents were both forestry majors and ecologists,
Wait, back
and
up.
so
What's a forestry major?
they were into nature and learning about trees and conservation.
Whoa. And what was the other thing they majored in?
Ecology.
Oh, they met in
Same thing. In college.
college?
Yep, in Purdue University, Indiana.
Whoa. So that's why you're cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I owe it all to them.
That's amazing. Are they still alive?
They, yeah, they're still alive.
I don't. You just
No,
gotta ask
that's
these
a
days.
good, yeah, that's a good question.
I don't have them on my feed.
They are.
People say my feed. I picture the whole... Your feed. Oh God, we are. That feels really cleans you out.
They're not. My dad's on socials, but yeah, they're still alive, and my mom lives in Wisconsin, and we don't really talk very often. But she's really into books, and she named me with the middle name Fairlight after a character from the Appalachian Mountains. It's from a book called Christie. It's about a teacher who goes into the Appalachians and teaches like underprivileged families, and there was a lumberjack in that book with a wife named Fairlight, so that's where it's from.
Wait, so is your first name actually Fairlight?
My first name is Hannah, so she digressed from the
She came to her
forest
sense.
Fairlight.
She got out of the forest and into the.
Let's be a little more reasonable.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just this the Hannah.
That's
palindrome.
that's pretty cool. And Hannah, of course, after Hannah Montana.
Oh yeah.
Live from Little Hollywood loves our sponsors, Polly's Place Boutique,
Curated collection of clothing, accessories, and jewelry for women and men.
Drum Supply House,
The Drum Nerd Gear Shop, and LR Bass high-fidelity pickups for your acoustic guitar.
Because
Yeah.
they got out of the forest and then they discovered pop culture.
Pop culture, yeah.
Well, you'd certainly live up to your cool name. So you're you just put out a record. Did the whole album come out yet, or just the single?
Whole album.
Oh, that's right, because I listened
May
to
24th.
it. Duh, I'm
Bob
sorry.
Dylan's birthday. That's okay.
Did you plan it like that?
No.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
But it
May
happened that way.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to do. Hold on a second. I was thinking, like, if I was like in my 20s in my LA days, I'd be like, "It's rad. I'm coming to your, album debut." So that's not gonna happen. Oh shit.
Oh, your mic.
Yeah.
Do you want me to help you? Oh, you have a stethoscope.
I don't know what you would know. I have a stethoscope. Chicks don't know about audio. Oh, that's nice. What I want to do is, I think you need to get a rock and roll checkup.
Okay.
Just take some stats.
Okay. Do I need to lay down? Nope. Okay.
Make sure you're okay. Son of a bitch.
I can get it. Okay.
Say wop babaloo man wop bam boom.
Wop babaloo bop a wop bam boom.
Okay. I was made for loving you.
I was made for loving you.
Okay.
Boozy
boozy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's
Boozy
not
boozy bop. Zitty bop.
Boozy boozy bop. Zitty bop.
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
I ain't got nobody.
Do I have to do that one too?
Have you been experiencing any growing pains, emotional, creative, anything?
I have.
Yeah.
No, I've been having some serious dissociation. So I brought my puppet, Jed. I mean, he's not a puppet, he's a real wolf. I just brought him in case he needs to speak for me.
Do you bring him to your shows?
Yes. Yeah.
Should we check him?
Sure. Jed, is it okay if he checks you out?
I don't know about that, sure. I don't know if I trust this guy.
How long have you had that?
I've had him for maybe 12 years.
We sleep with teddy bears and stuff. Susie does when I met her. I was like, serious? And now I'm like, it's so much more comfortable.
Jed.
It really is. Because you can't do the spoon thing 7 years into the marriage.
I had Jed perched in my van. There was a period of time when I was living out of my van, and he was my road mascot.
Oh.
And so I've taken him. He's been everywhere with me.
You know that saying, sometimes a spoon turns into a fork?
I don't know that saying.
I love that saying. That's the best saying. So I've been watching you, and I'm concerned only as a sort of like a father doctor thing, and I just thought, this is like your checkup.
Okay.
Do you have any allergies? Are you experiencing any rashes or chafing? Because I noticed that you're not wearing as much clothes as usual, and I just wanted to, is there anything with cotton or spandex that you're experiencing, chafing? You've been performing and posing.
I see where this is going. Do you see where this is going?
Yes.
With much less clothes than last year at this time, and are you
Down,
acrylics?
Jet.
Are you okay with the acrylic? Dacron?
I'm fine with all kinds of fabrics, but I think what you're alluding to is my album cover.
Yes, and emotionally, you have really been
Naked.
Yes. This is the Mad Libs edition. Yeah, if you can give me all my adjectives. This is good because when I feel like I'm going to put my foot at unclothed, I think it's
bearing it all.
Yeah. So here's what I want to know. Let's look at the album cover.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh, you're naked on the back too. That's good. So
It's double whammy.
Are you actually completely naked? No, you
Yeah,
completely naked.
I am.
It appears to be a co-ed prison here in East Nashville. I believe this is what they call the Yard. These are the folks that are waiting to hear back about their record deals. They are pasture-raised artists.
Well, you and I are similar in that you fucking get it done. Video, audio, writing songs, you rocking out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Some people are like, oh, I can only do one thing. This is it's fine, but it's a lot of things you got to do things.
There are a lot of things, and there were some times in my life when people told me stay in your lane, you can only do one thing. I started doing audio engineering, and I was also an artist in New York, and I had a producer tell me, who I did some voiceover work for. I thought I knocked it out of the park, by the way. The person they hired did a terrible job, and they had me do it to fill in.
Voiceover work for what?
It was for a sizzle reel for a TV show.
Okay.
And I loved it, and I said, I'd love to do more of this. And he wrote me back a scathing email stay in your lane, or you want to be an audio engineer, or you want to be a voice actress, or what do you don't know what you're doing. And I wouldn't have answered this email if I didn't know you already.
Sorry, God.
It hurt. It really hurt.
What
But
town
I was
was
in
that?
my early 20s.
What town was this?
New
in?
York City. Yep.
Well.
I still
Did you live in New York City when you were doing this? When this happened?
Yes.
Oh.
Yep. But I seriously had to think about that for a second. And since then, I've been able to kind of throw it back in that guy's face, because I've realized that you do it all. You do whatever you want to do, and you can do multiple different things.
Yeah.
And with music, it all comes together for me. I love to edit, so I shoot and edit a lot of my own videos. I know what I want. I know what my vision is, so it works out great in that respect. And I still am an audio engineer to this day for film and television.
And you're a classically trained pianist.
Yes.
No way. I had no idea.
I am.
Yeah. See, classically trained pianists never bring it up.
Pianist.
They just don't know. See how mature I
I know,
was?
Jed. It's funny. I know.
Yeah.
No,
Would
it's
you
a
like
hard
to
one.
see my classically trained
Pianist.
I'm using that one.
Yeah. Use
I'll
that.
show you my
ladies.
pianist if you show me yours.
Okay, so let's talk about Lone Wolf. I want to understand, because I don't fully understand, and I want to.
Okay.
And I think this is really good. This is where the concept of the stethoscope came from, which what I was thinking about the interview today is that, and I don't know if it's because I'm a guy or it's because, so much comes at you in social media and all that stuff. So you're trying to take in as much as you can, because. I want to know, and I want our viewers to know, what is the album about, and what is this transformative thing that has happened or is happening to you, that made this album? Explain it. 'Cause I want to understand.
Okay, I'll do my very best.
Because the single Fever, it's rocking. And I didn't know if that had a lot to do with it or not. And if it did, I don't totally understand. And I really want to get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it as I listen to the album, but like the subject, what's the subject exactly?
This album was, I'm going to put you down, baby, okay? Okay. This album, every time I sit down to make recordings, or when it comes to me, because as artists, we're vessels, right? So I'm just like this vessel walking around, and sometimes my bowl gets full, and then I'm ready to dump it out and make recordings. Yeah. And so I was ready for this, and this was a turn away from the more introspective ballad type songs of my last album, which that was the purge I needed to have then. This felt like I want to rock, and I still want to have some of that vulnerability and emotiveness. And there were some demons I was running away from, like with Fever. Mm-hmm. The music video, I wanted to make this anthem song for women to set themselves free.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. Yeah.
Liberate from ageism and from sexualism, and from just create this level playing field for body positivity, for us to all come forward as we are. The women in the video, they kept asking me, what do you want me to wear? What's the style? And I said, okay, kind of like basic runaways, but be you, like come as you are.
Okay.
I want you to be as free as you feel. If that means you're wearing a suit, wear a suit. If that means you're wearing pasties, wear pasties. And I grew up in the Midwest, and I had a lot of some of my friends were like clutching their pearls when they saw the video, but I didn't even know I was trying to heal some of the body shame that I experienced growing up. I didn't know that's where I needed to go with this.
Tell me about that, your experience growing up.
Man, a lot of it, unfortunately, was from, my mom, which I think was from her upbringing. I was raised in a very Polish Catholic, buttoned up. You're not allowed to pierce your ears or cut your hair. Okay. Kind of a thing.
My wife's
very
rule
strict.
in our house is we don't talk about other people's bodies.
Yeah, I love that.
It's just that simple. Fat, thin, We don't talk about other people's bodies. It's not a subject we talk about.
And I don't blame my mother because she was raised in this very intense environment, and she in many ways broke away from it herself.
Wait, I thought they were like hippies in the forest.
She kind of is, but like she has this mixed background of like, you know,
she's got inner
the
conflict.
picket fence and the perfect house and everything under the carpet. So honestly, you know, it took me many years to feel like I could feel beautiful, like I could view myself as beautiful.
Like
I felt like I had to.
Didn't feel that way.
I did not feel that way. I had to dumb myself down. I had to dumb down anything that I felt like expression with my body, or if I wore certain things, my, you know, the kind of like slut shaming thing would come into view. Like it was pretty intense. It was pretty intense. And with weight, I was always made to finish my plate, which I still do religiously today. Oh. I was known among my friends who would never finish their lunches at school as the garbage disposal, because I would like finish their food because I was like, there's people starving in the world, like I'm gonna. So there was a lot of like stuff that I had to figure out through, you know, the last 20 years I've been putting out music.
Now,
like,
wasn't your dad? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, please.
Wasn't your dad like chill out to your mom? Oh, or were they not together? When did they get divorced?
He was. They broke up.
At what age? At what age
I
were
was
you?
17. So
okay.
We moved. My mom and I moved out from the house with my dad on my high school graduation day. So it was pretty. It was a lot. It was a lot. But my dad was always a really strong supporter and cheerleader. Mm-hmm. I don't know that he knew exactly how to handle the mixed signals that were coming. And
she was the dominant character. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with EMDR?
I am. I've never tried it.
I'm doing it this week coming up. It's a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal for me anyway.
I want to try it. Can I come?
And I think, it's not like,
we'll both just hold the vibrating things.
There's no +1 on that. Yeah.
There's no Groupon?
There's no guest list. Yeah. The success rate is like 95%. I'm like, why didn't anybody tell me like $17,000 ago in psychotherapy? And it's from childhood trauma, which I have childhood trauma, you know, and PTSD and stuff. It's just dormant in me, and no matter what, and this may be similar to you. Again, the similarity. We are. I paused because I almost felt like I was going to cry.
Oh. Let's do EMDR.
No. You can't. You need a license. Get out of here.
Yeah. Time for your rock and roll checkup.
Somebody get a thermometer.
I laughed. I cried. I defended myself. Hannah Fairlight. We'll be right back.
I remember it so clearly because it was yesterday. But Jim, who is the love of my life, we've been together for about, going on 11 years now. I was sitting there and I was knitting. That's what I like to do. I knit. And I was sitting there knitting, and I decided that I needed to take a little powder break. So I headed on over, and I guess wasn't thinking straight. And I sat down and did my business, and next thing I know, I look over at the toilet paper roll, and well, you guessed it, it was empty. So I had a little panic attack, got a little nervous, so I started yelling, and I yelled to Jim. I yelled once, the TV was on.
I'm a person that, like, I can do anything kind of person. And I kind of can't, I can't do, like, normal people things, as you can with the car and the towing and stuff, crashing into the thing, but I can play drums, I can video, I can do audio, I just can do it, and I've done it since I'm a kid. But I always have, the bottom is always about to drop out. I have to keep putting food in the refrigerator, not to use the food thing, but to keep it full because it keeps falling out the bottom. Mm-hmm. That's what it feels like to be me, and it's from childhood stuff. It's from being made to feel inadequate, less, wrong. Yeah. My therapist pointed out that my mom's addicted to watching television. Almost 24/7. It's on all night. She's watching television right now. You can ask me at any time, and she's watching television. And there's a lot there, but he just pointed out. He said, "Interesting. You have a TV show." Like getting, because I could never get my mom's attention. It was like clicker and the TV thing, which makes you feel like shit or unloved.
On that note, not that I was ever seeking validation from
My mother.
my mother.
Oh, your mother. Yeah, I thought my mother.
Your mother, yeah. Your mother. Either.
I've never seeked validation from your mother either, so whatever.
But I've had these moments in my career that were big. I got to be in a film. I was on starring role on a television show.
Yeah, you were in Pitch Perfect?
I was in Pitch Perfect 3.
Yeah.
And I loved that experience. And I was so excited to talk with her about it. Because it was a really positive experience. Not just on paper, but it was exciting. And her response was like, maybe you should go back to making music videos for people. And I'm like, I do make music videos for people and for my own project. She's does blinders, doesn't see what's really going on there. So I think there's stuff that's tied up in that.
Or she's uncomfortable just saying, I'm so proud of you. I love you. Look what you did.
I yelled again, and I heard it go on mute, and he said, yeah, babe. At that point, I was sweating pretty hard, and I was scared. I don't like enclosed spaces. And I yelled to him, and I said, Jim. I said I wouldn't do this. I said, Jim, there is no toilet paper.
My mom used to want me to play classical piano in a department store. She thought that would be the best job that I could get, was to be a piano player in one
I
of those
did that
settings.
once. I played piano at Macy's. Just one day I went over to the piano at Christmas time. The guy was on break and I was like, and I'm like, I don't know. So I'm playing and they said, hey, would you, he clocks out at such and such time and I worked in the stockroom because I went for normal selling jobs, but I had an earring and eyeliner still on from the night before.
This
so they
is
were
a
stockroom.
screenplay. This is a scene from a screenplay for you.
Oh.
It sounds like a
I know.
snippet from a film.
Yeah. So they were like, yeah, if you want to just stay after your shift and play the piano because it'd be great. And I was like, cool. And I played the piano. I got high once before that, and that was the last time I could do it because I freaked out. But freaked out. I can't handle it. I was in a department store in the middle with the bright lights, and when that weed really kicked in, gone. But one time I was playing, and I didn't even know Christmas. I don't know any songs really, and I was just making up melodies and stuff. I loved it, and so I saw behind me somebody stopped and was actually listening and watching and I was saying, I was like, all right, dude, said to myself, don't turn around, you just gotta play it cool, just play the piano and somebody's watching, cool. And I finally, they were standing there and watching for 3 songs. I turned around, it was a mannequin. It was her. Oh, I felt
God damn, that is.
Rush to put my cigarette down. It's cold out in a Tennessee town. Unfulfilled on the frozen ground. No good sitting still, better running round. I find myself amidst the chaos. I use my language like I mean it. I've never known this much about the ways that I could scream and shout, the lies that I could hide behind. I'm ready to unwind this tangled knot for all I am and everything I'm not. takes going outside to come in. I learn better when I'm hiding from my friends. Lone wolf, that's what they're calling me. Not claiming who I was or meant to be. I've got a lot to be grateful for. It's been a long time I've been knocking on this door, and I'm ready to come in and know I'm loving and deserving of it. I've held on to so much for so long that it's burning a hole through my heart. I won't find it if I don't try, but it's the trying that can be the hardest part. Narrow my eyes and stick to the path. Trust my instincts, they're all that I've got. Lean into the future, but embrace the past, knowing my legacy will not last. I am one of the last known survivors of a family that one at a time is falling down like the leaves off a tree. I will ride these waves where they will envelop me. And on and on and on and on and on.
And I didn't know what to expect or what he would do. But to my surprise, he immediately got up and brought me some more. And the door was unlocked, so he just came right in. And there I was, sitting there scared as could be. And there was my baby, which now I guess I see him more as a hero. So. Thank you. Thank you so much.
How has life changed for you since yesterday?
Oh, wow. the change is like night and day, because literally it has been night to day.